The enormous power of holistic health for erectile dysfunction. Did you know that holistic health is the best way to actually heal all forms of erectile dysfunction for men and sexual dysfunction for women? The giant sequoia seed starts as one of the tiniest seeds, only 1 to 2 millimeters in diameter. This is the size of a pin tip. Yet this tiny seed contains the power within it to reach heights of 300 feet tall with a 60-foot spread, weighing up to 3 million pounds, and lives to 3,000 years old. This makes it the largest living organism on the planet by volume. The immortal jellyfish is the only species that has been called biologically immortal. Their stem cells have the capacity for infinite self-renewal. This is due to an abundance of genes called FOXO genes, which is also present in other animals, including humans. FOXO is short for a class of proteins and transcript factors that regulate longevity through insulin and insulin-like growth factor signaling. FOXO proteins are increased in humans through the cellular stress and energy depletion that comes from challenging ourselves with intermittent fasting, a strong fitness program, and a healthy diet. We can harness and grow our own longevity genes through sacrifices, effort, determination, and courage. Holistic behavioral changes are the only way to experience true healing. 90% of heart disease, the leading cause of disease and death in the United States, is entirely preventable with healthy diet and exercise. The World Health Organization warns that most of the 41 million deaths from non-communicable diseases worldwide are entirely preventable with healthy behaviors. Popping a pharmaceutical pill can never replace true healing. In human beings, just one single sperm, out of billions released during lovemaking, merges with one egg to form one microscopic single cell, which eventually grows into 100 trillion cells. The DNA in this one cell already contains everything within itself to form exactly who you are right now through 3 billion pieces of information. The same enormous power contained within the sacred and wondrous capsule of the giant sequoia seed is also harbored within our own human body, mind, and soul. The same regenerative powers found within the immortal jellyfish is present within ourselves. The power to heal, grow, regenerate, and become our ideal selves is found within us. We simply need to remove the blocks that keep us from harnessing this limitless source, this enormous power that is always available within us. We are powerful and sovereign beings, capable of anything we put our minds to. Our body is incredibly resilient and our mind incredibly plastic. We were not given teacups for bodies. We have the power to create ever-increasing strength, will, and health naturally from within. All we need to do is learn how to unleash this inherent and innate power and natural intelligence. We do this by letting go of the fears, myths, and misconceptions, addictions and negative habits, and peer pressure from friends, family, culture, and corporations, which are blocking us from harnessing and transmuting this enormous power into all aspects of our lives. Our body has an intrinsic and intricate, extremely powerful software program, which knows exactly how to maintain and restore perfect balance from within, whenever any imbalance arises. Oftentimes, due to our behavioral and lifestyle decisions that we make, we supersede what our body is capable of healing and rebalancing on its own. We have simply gone too far, pushing our system out of balance. All we need to do is assist and support the innate intelligence in every cell of our body to fulfill its mandate of restoring perfect balance and health. This is where Western mainstream medicine and the pharmaceutical industry intervene and take advantage of this imbalance in order to sell us a lifetime subscription of their pharmaceutical drugs and surgeries. Western mainstream medicine and the pharmaceutical industry, in their simplistic and reductionist approach to health, completely eradicate this intricate balance by covering up the underlying sources with pharmaceutical drugs and surgeries. They take our power away from us to truly heal from within. They take our body's beautiful and powerful software program away from us by making us dependent on a pill or a knife for the rest of our lives. They rob us of the opportunity to regain balance and to grow on a deep and profound level. They blind us from the insight to learn and experience how our neurological, energetic, physical, relational, mental, emotional, and spiritual health is inextricably interconnected and inseparable, unlike what they want us to believe. The biggest myth and misconception that Western mainstream medicine and the pharmaceutical industry has misled us on is that erectile dysfunction is limited to just blood flow restriction. This is intentional. This is because they only have one small sliver of recourse that they can offer for all forms of erectile dysfunction, which are blood flow enhancing ED pharmaceutical drugs that they chanced upon by accident. This myth about erectile dysfunction being limited to just blood flow restriction is also completely misleading and untrue. Sexual and erectile health requires a healthy neurology and sexual energy function, which is nurtured through healthy sexual behaviors. The Achilles heel of Western mainstream medicine is that they never address the underlying sources, nor do they offer or even discuss true lifestyle and behavioral solutions, which can truly heal the dysfunction or disease at its very roots. Their financial mandate lies in entirely avoiding holistic, curative, and preventative healing modalities so that they can create a powerless, sick, imbalanced, dysfunctional, and dependent consumer for their pharmaceuticals and surgeries. Their ideal consumer is a repeat customer, sick enough to require a lifetime prescription of pharmaceutical drugs and surgeries, but just healthy enough to avoid death. Simple, easy, and free natural solutions are not conducive to realizing the billions of dollars in revenue and quarterly growth that their stockholders have come to expect. Novel pharmaceutical drugs and surgeries for every conceivable imbalance, symptom, dysfunction, and disease is the best way for them to maximize revenue. The moment that you reclaim your own inherent power from within and begin your healing journey at the root source on a foundational level represents a grave threat to the lucrative financial mechanisms of the vast and powerful Western medical and pharmaceutical industrial complex. I want everyone watching this video to know that there is an entire world of natural, preventative, and curative healing modalities in what is called naturopathic medicine. There is a legion of brilliant and caring naturopathic doctors offering lifestyle and behavioral guidance, as well as support for our healing powers inherent within us through transformative intravenous therapies, diet, herbs, and preventative testing. We should support this existing system of naturopathic medicine, which is under attack by Western medicine and the pharmaceutical industry. We should demand that insurance companies cover natural healing modalities and naturopathic doctors, rather than exclusively and corruptly enriching Western mainstream medicine and the pharmaceutical industry at our own expense. Our forebears dumped shiploads of tea into the water to demand change in a system they deemed corrupt. Today, this system which is increasingly restricting and disempowering our choices of medical care to just pharmaceutical drugs and surgeries, and for MDs who act more like pharmaceutical and surgical salespeople than true healers, is entirely corrupt and must be changed. We have this power. Western mainstream medicine and the pharmaceutical industry can only offer pharmaceutical ED drugs, which boost nitric oxide beyond what we are capable of producing naturally from within. This makes us dependent on a mechanical, outside source every time we want to make love. It causes debilitating side effects and merely offers diminishing and eventually failing results. The true cause of erectile dysfunction continues to progress, unaddressed and completely ignored underneath the surface. Sex is not limited to just blood flow. Blood flow restricted ED and arteriosclerosis are only one form of ED, which can only truly be resolved through lifestyle, behavioral changes, and natural healing modalities. Please watch my videos on natural solutions for blood flow restrictive ED. What Western mainstream medicine and the pharmaceutical industry absolutely do not want you to know is that sex is largely an act of our mind and our energy sources inherent within us. Sex is first and foremost a neurological act, specifically dopamine. Dopamine is our arousal neurotransmitter and hormone. We absolutely must have healthy dopamine levels and receptors for men and women to get aroused and stay aroused, as well as for men to gain an erection and maintain an erection during the entire length of the sexual act. Dopamine is not only absolutely essential for sex, but also for arousal in life. Dopamine is our drive, determination, motivation, and will to become the ideal being we are truly meant to be and deserve to be in life. Chi sexual energy is our life force that moves through us. It is both our sexual energy and our overall physical energy. They are completely inseparable. Chi sexual energy holds the power to create new life and the power to create our own life. Men can easily track a depletion in Chi sexual energy when they release their semen too frequently. Essentially, men become sexually fatigued and exhausted from releasing their sexual energy too often and cannot gain a powerful erection. Conversely, when semen is retained, a dramatic increase in sexual potency as well as overall physical life force is experienced. A pill can never replace the unparalleled and enormous power of our neurology and our Chi sexual energy. True healing comes from making those awkward and sometimes difficult lifestyle and behavioral changes which realign us with the natural balance of our body, mind, and soul. True healing incorporates natural healing modalities to support our body's natural software program from within to do what it knows best. Our body, mind, and soul know exactly what to do. It knows better than us. Our body is far more intelligent than any doctor. We simply need to get out of the way, stop blocking our body's powerful natural processes, and simply support our body in its inherent and determined mission and mandate to restore perfect balance. We are blessed with the most powerful computer software program ever created, and it is housed within our own beautiful body vessel. Our own intelligent software program and miraculous body can heal us, as well as restore perfect harmony, vigor, vitality, and potency to every part of our body. Humans can never replicate or mimic such a vast and unfathomable program for natural healing. When you give away your power to Western mainstream medicine and the pharmaceutical industry, you shut down your own powerful software system and become a repeat customer to these corporate conglomerates for your entire life. The solutions for erectile dysfunction are so much easier than you think. All you need to do is make some simple and easy lifestyle behavioral changes, along with incorporating some natural healing modalities to support and restore perfect balance, health, and potency from within. Did you know that porn-induced erectile dysfunction, or PIED, and energetic ED are the fastest growing forms of ED that we see today, as well as predominant ones? That's right, the fastest growing and predominant forms of ED we see today have nothing at all to do with blood flow. Did you know that millions of men at this very moment are being misdiagnosed and misprescribed blood flow inducing pharmaceutical ED drugs when they do not even have a blood flow issue? That's right, millions of men, some as young as 16 years old, are handed a lifetime prescription of pharmaceutical ED drugs without any plan or solution to regain a natural, healthy, vibrant sexual function ever again. We all know that we are being sold yet another product by a corporation. Western medicine and the pharmaceutical industry refuse to acknowledge the true source of ED. This is exactly why we are seeing an epidemic of ED today. This is great for the billions of dollars in profits that Western mainstream medicine and the pharmaceutical industry make off of this cruel and egregious misdiagnosis. But where does this leave us? This traps millions of men in a cycle of disempowerment and immense suffering. Porn-induced erectile dysfunction is essentially an arousal displacement dysfunction. We're taking our arousal towards our real connective partner and displacing it into virtual, novel, pornographic imagery. Essentially, we are fornicating with a computer rather than a real human being in flesh. However, this arousal displacement is never static and continues to progress within virtual pornography. Every time we release our semen to novel pornographic imagery, dopamine levels and receptors are depleted, lower and lower. This forces us to constantly escalate the graphic nature of the superstimulus in order to get the same dopamine hit as before. Inevitably, our dopamine levels and receptors become so depleted that we can no longer get aroused to pornography, our partner, and life itself. Porn-induced erectile dysfunction is truly a major dopamine addiction. It is the powerful combination of endless, novel, pornographic imagery with semen release that makes pornography engagement such a powerful superstimulus and dopamine addiction, unlike any sexual stimulus we have experienced in human history. The second predominant form of ED that we see today is what I call energetic ED. This comes from releasing our semen too often, resulting in depleted chi sexual energy. We essentially become sexually fatigued or exhausted to the point that we cannot perform sexually at optimal levels or at all. Erectile dysfunction is not only defined as being unable to gain and maintain an erection, it can also include performing sexually at levels that do not meet our expectations and capabilities. Semen release is always practiced with pornography. However, energetic ED is its own form of ED, separate yet interlinked with porn-induced erectile dysfunction. Energetic ED can be experienced in conjunction with PIED or without pornography engagement. The solutions for these two fastest growing and predominant forms of ED that we see today is simple, easy, free, and clear. The solution can only come from holistic behavioral changes and not from a pill. All that is required is to stop the behavior which has created the erectile dysfunction in the first place. That behavior is pornography and semen release. I can promise you from my own experience that once you simply stop engaging in pornography, as well as practice semen retention, your life will transform on every level. You will not only regain vibrant sexual function, your sexual performance and potency will reach heights unimaginable. You will experience increased arousal to life, drive, determination, and motivation. This will transmute into the most powerful physical fitness, potency, and health you have ever experienced in your entire life. You will experience balanced moods, emotional intelligence, mental acuity, and creativity. This will transform the depth, connectivity, and intimacy in your relationship with your real partner to levels you have never experienced nor dreamt possible. The greatest edge you can have in life over your competition is a healthy neurology and energy source. Through your dopamine and chi sexual energy, we have the most powerful weapons for success harbored within the beautiful gifts of our own neurology and energy sources that we have been given by God. Our sexual behavioral choices are not confined to just the physiological act of sex. The sexual decisions that we make every single day harnesses the power to create either massive dysfunction or massive positive transformation in all areas of our lives. The choice and power lies within you, not a doctor in a white coat or a tiny pill. You absolutely can experience this unbelievable positive transformation in your life. I am living testimony. I experienced everything that you are feeling, thinking, and fearful of. Now I embrace the courage and empowerment that is sourced within myself. Now I experience the unlimited potential that lives within myself. Now I make sexual decisions which are best for myself, and I will continue to for the rest of my life. Join me on this journey of massive positive transformation. You have no idea what you are missing. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Please don't miss the next video.